Hi friends. I'm going to, I don't know how I'm going to end up doing this actually, because, so many times I end up filming something and then I just look back and I think it's so stupid. I'm not going to post that for people. Like, nobody gives a crap. So today I wanted to do a Mask Monday video, and then I put on my mask and started getting and gathering things, and it was like 25 minutes later. The mask was only supposed to stay on like 10 to 20 minutes, and so I just took it off. So here's what I did though. I did this one, vitamin C, from the creme shop that Patty from Patty's Place has given me, and I thought it was quite nice. And I also, maybe I'll also insert in here, because I've been doing a lot of masks, trying to get through my still massive collection. These are just sheet masks because I also have, the tubes and stuff. So I'm doing them a lot. And so I take a picture of myself every time I do it, and then, like, try to use my app on the picture and write the person's name who gave it to me, if they did, or where I got it. So I've been doing that. Anyway, so I'm not going to do a Mask Monday video, but I really also just want to kind of get on with my day. So I'm going to kind of get ready while I'm saying things, because I have things to say, updates to do and things. So I wanted to let you know I've tried the Teamy tea that I got in the BoxyCharm that had the like dried roses and dried pineapple and dried blueberries. I think I thought it would be a lot sweeter than it is. It actually isn't all that sweet. I do have it that I'm drinking it now. I still have to add like honey to it, but I like it enough that I will drink down the package. I don't think I like it enough to repurchase it, but who knows. The Rise, these are those immunity tablets. I have liked those. It says to mix it with like 4 to 6 ounces of water. I usually probably do more like 3 or 4, because I just want to like take it like a shot. And usually I don't have a lot of little glasses. So I decide that I'm going to make myself feel fancy, and I put it like in a wine glass or something like that, if I've got one handy and clean. The booty drops, I have used them. I've used them actually every day because I guess, am hoping, and because I still have this one music festival that we leave for tomorrow, that, people will see more skin on me than, at any other time of the year or in my life, because this is that Pro Collagen primer that I have the heckavest time like getting that lid on, and then it's so runny it ends up like falling out of my hand half the time that I'm trying to screw the lid back on because it just doesn't want to go. Drives me crazy. It's like a $122 face primer. You'd think that their packaging wouldn't have screw-ups in it. Anyway, I am also using these booty drops on like this part of my arm and like this part of my sides, because I feel like if it works for cellulite, it's got a fighting chance of helping out in those two areas where it's not quite as bad. On my butt and thighs, I mean, I have, even when I was 40 pounds lighter, I've always had cellulite. It, looks like waves in the ocean. Like I have a lot of cellulite, and there's no way that I'm going to believe that this little bitty bottle is going to be able to touch. Like in my 20s, I even had done like some of those treatments that you go in and it's like this big vacuum with like meter balls, and you put on this like space age leotard thing, and then they run that thing over you. Nothing really seemed to work ever. Anyway, and definitely any kind of oils and things. Again, 20, 30 years ago, I used to try things like that out. And that was when I, weighed like 100 pounds to 120 pounds. So it's not going to be helping me now. It's just what I think. But again, I'm using it. I'm trying it out. So then, on Laura the Bargain Hunter's channel a week ago today, so a week ago today when I'm filming this, she had kind of like get to know me-ish questions, or what she had done is asked people to send her questions, and then she answered them. And I really enjoyed that video of hers, and I thought I could just use those same questions because I liked her so much that I would just try them out. I probably need to do some lymphatic drainage here. I haven't been doing that kind of thing, and my allergies have been definitely starting to act up again, because Look at that puffiness. All right. The first one was, do you think you're a celebrity? Okay, so that one actually cracks me up so badly that, I mean, I laughed out loud. If I was drinking something, I probably would spit my tea out if somebody asked me that, because, yeah, no. So far from that. I mean, literally, you know, my mom doesn't even know that I do this channel. My oldest daughter doesn't even know that I have a YouTube channel. If somebody recognized me out in public, I would be mortified. I would be so embarrassed, because I don't know. I do think that in public, I try to act and blend in and try to be normal and not embarrass, you know, like, I guess my husband or something, that, like, or kids, I don't know. And on here, I definitely just, you know, do whatever I'm thinking at the time. I kind of don't really hold back and just, yeah. So, yeah, I think that I full on don't actually believe that people watch this, and that I really am just sitting here doing it for myself. And then, you know, sometimes I have friends that talk to me, but since you only know me through this, that it's okay, that, you know, definitely for sure no. Do I have a bucket list? I have always said that on my bucket list, I want to, like, meet my great grandchildren. I just think I want to live a really long time, because I don't have any grandchildren even yet. And I mean, my kids, all three of my kids are definitely old enough that they could have popped out some kids right now. My oldest is 29. So it really is kind of crazy that we're not grandparents yet. And I am so okay with it. I do eventually, you know, hope that I will be, but I am not ready yet. Did I make myself clear on that? But yeah, as far as bucket lists, you know, I don't actually have those kind of things. I don't think I do. I love to travel, and I love to see, you know, different areas, and I would like to go to more countries. We have not been to Europe much. Like, I've went to Sweden and Amsterdam and Denmark, and yeah, then, you know, Canada and Mexico, and then we've taken cruises to, like, you know, Jamaica, Bahamas, Grand Caymans, those Puerto Rico kind of things. But yeah, I have not done, like, Italy and Greece, and some countries definitely scare me. I do not want to go to a communist country. I watch too many documentaries where, like, somebody, you know, gets accused of, like, stealing a painting or something, and then ends up in a jail in a foreign country, and I think that probably is something that could happen to me, and then that would be awful. So I'm not really into going to a communist country, or any of them that, like, I would be able to go to jail and not be able to get back out of. My biggest fear, I honestly, like, death is my biggest fear. I wish that I didn't have that. I would love to be, you know, just know so well, you know, like you did when you were a child, like you just totally believed what was going to happen, and it felt safe. But I for sure, like, I just can't imagine even the prettiest, best thing that there is to get to imagine, which is, you know, living forever on a white fluffy cloud with all of your loved ones and past animals. And then, do you have a body? Are you just like a floating thought? And yeah, things like that. I can actually stay up at night thinking about, because then because I do get that sleep apnea where I just, you know, I'm awake and mentally my brain is awake, but my body isn't yet. So I feel trapped in my body because I can't move or make noise or let anybody know I'm there. I definitely think that I'm sometimes afraid that that's what happens, and that you can't project yourself out of it. I don't know, death. I'm scared of death. But I also have irrational fears. I don't like going over bridges. I mean, I do it, but I don't know that I ever do it without trying to think about falling off in the car and how quickly I need to get out. And do I let the water fill up and then open? Isn't there something with, like, pressure and, like, lowering the windows? And yeah, I would prefer to not go over bridges. And yeah, I don't know. I think there's probably a lot of those little type things, because I'm not afraid of heights. Like, I mean, I've done, what are those zip line things, and I fly, and actually flying is getting worse. I do start, maybe just, it's the death thing. I've started thinking about dying on the airplanes more often, so I don't love flying, but I can do it. All right. One thing you could eat for the rest of your life: pizza. I like pizza. I like chocolate and cheese. Something that makes you go crazy, like being irritated crazy kind of thing. And there honestly aren't that many things. I feel like I am about as easygoing, laid back as somebody can be. But I think the thing that gets me stirred up the most, and like I still have a Facebook account, but I get on it only if like my mom or sister or somebody tells me to like get on and look at your, niece's kids or something. But I can't stand finding out, I guess, too, that like somebody that I know and am friends with that I thought were a nice person, make some kind of Facebook post that lets me know, no, actually it turns out you're a racist ass. Or at the best that you haven't thought far enough past your nose to see how that actually is offensive. And it doesn't bother me as much, surprisingly, in person, because I feel like in person I can just like speak my mind and say it. But when it happens on like a post, I feel like, first of all, like they should be able to post whatever they want on their wall without people like, coming at them. And I don't want to get into some kind of like Facebook debate where you're going back and forth, because I think it also makes you look like an idiot, even if what you think that you're saying is good and nice. Like there's always ways to like twist what you're saying or something. But yeah, that's about the only thing that ever gets me like completely riled up. And yeah, probably part of it is that it just takes me by surprise. Let me use this. Something that you would change about yourself if you could. What I usually say is my taste buds. I really don't like that I am such a picky eater. I would way prefer to just be able to always eat whatever cool thing somebody's, fixed at somebody's house. It's embarrassing for me when I go to people's houses that I don't always, like everything, like that I don't even want to try, some things. And my husband really likes new and interesting foods. So, like he likes to go to fun restaurants when we're out of town and seafood restaurants and try like new things. And it's harder for me to find. I mean, I always can. And I like it that he likes to try new things and, get to do that. So, I kind of wish that I could do it too. I don't love all of my ADHD characteristics. I think that my lack of motivation, and I don't like that I literally can forget everything. What I've walked into the other room for, I'll freak out when I haven't got my phone or purse on me, and I think that I should, because I have lost it so many times that every time it feels like this, like, oh my God, have I done it to myself again? That, I will plan a day to like drive, 45 minutes knowing that like a coupon I have doesn't start until that day, and then leave home and forget that coupon. Actually there's a ton of things that I would change about myself. How would you make a perfect sandwich? I like a pretzel bun. Now that I say that though too, because I wonder how that would be. I love to get a cheeseburger with fried egg on it, and like cheddar cheese instead of American. But I also really like macaroni and cheese on like a ham and cheese sandwich. So maybe I'm going to go, I like a croissant on it too. Actually, I'm going with the croissant over the pretzel bun. I'm going to say I also like Colby Jack cheese a lot and provolone. Okay, I'm going to do a couple kinds of cheeses. Let's do cheddar and provolone. And did I say ham? And macaroni and cheese. And I'd throw an egg on there just to taste it. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I like that. How many makeup palettes do you have? I did start counting, and I think that I have about 62 of them. It was hard for me right now because some of them are in my camper already getting ready to go on that music festival. So I've got a few that I had to guess how many I have there. But that's about how much it is. What do you want to be when you grew up? I don't think that I ever had like something that, I was for sure thinking about. But when I first was in high school and had to start like talking to my guidance counselor and stuff, I remember that I went to him and I thought I kind of wanted to be like a disc jockey or like a news anchor person, which my voice is horrible unless they honestly could give you a different voice. And I know that they do vocal coaching and they probably could have given me tips. But this is not a voice for that kind of thing. Anyway, that guidance counselor like showed me basically how much disc jockeys and TV anchor people in the local markets make and how much it was going to cost me to go to college for 4 years to like do what I'd need to kind of get that kind of job. And yeah, that convinced me I do not have the kind of money to do a 4-year college and then come out and make that much money. So I saw an ad on TV for a like hair club for men where they were weaving hair into bald men. And I decided, because my dad and my brother both didn't have hair, that would be fun. I would go to beauty school. And what I thought I'd do then is weave hair into rich bald men. I never did that. What's your favorite snack? Chocolate. Nadia would probably tell you that ice cream is, which I always think is so weird because I eat a lot of ice cream and I always like to have it at the house along with cookie dough. I really like cookie dough. But I never think of ice cream as the thing that like I actually like a lot or want, but everyone else in my life tells me that I do. I just kind of stuck my mascara wand in my eyeball a little too much. Apparently I'm not good at talking to you and doing this. I should have just taken a break while I did that for a second. I also really like Colby Jack cheese and Ritz crackers for a snack. Okay, so this was Laura's, pets, but it was how did she get her pets? So I'm going to do how I got mine. So the ones that I have now, Mumford was my first cat, and we found her at my husband's mom's house under a hosta bush with her brother Angus, and Craig's mom told us that there had been 6 of them or something, but the mom had moved all of the other cats except for these 2 like a couple of days ago, and that she hadn't come back for these 2. And since I had like my kids there, we thought, well, we would like go get food from the grocery store or whatever and, feed them, and they could just play with them that day. I definitely did not really think about taking them home or anything. And then my husband told me that made them raccoon bait by, sticking food out there with these little bitty tiny kittens that they were maybe like 3 weeks old. So he thought we needed to take them home and then take them to a humane society or animal shelter. I didn't know how any of that worked though. And you can't just take animals that you find to a humane society. They don't accept them. They get their animals from other shelters. So there's usually like an animal control place or something in some towns, and some towns don't have it at all. There's like literally nothing you can do for the animals. And the town that I lived in, the town that I took them to then, that's basically what they told me was they are a shelter for just that town. If you find animals like in that town, they will take them. But like if you live out in the country or live in a different, part of the county, you're on your own. So I didn't know what exactly to do. There's literally was, no place that took them, because then the county animal shelter only takes dogs and not cats. Apparently they decide cats can make it on their own. It's fine to leave them, even though they were like 3 weeks old and, you know, like this big, whatever. Okay, so I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought I was going to try to find homes for them, but the kids wanted to keep them and they were cute. And I'd never had cats, but I ended up liking them. So that's how we got Mumford and Angus. And the thing was, since I didn't really know anything about cats at that time, I would let them go in and out, and Angus loved to go outside. Mumford like just really never did. She was always just a scaredy cat. So I let Angus out, and then one day he did not come home. I assume that a little old lady found him and picked him up, and she, you know, sits with him on her lap every night and loves him very much. I do not assume that, you know, a coyote found him. And however, I felt so horrible after letting that happen and we put up, you know, signs for Angus on like everyone in our subdivisions, you know, mailboxes and poles, and put everything out on Facebook, and went to the, you know, shelters in case somebody could have, you know, turned him in or whatever. And there was nothing, but I felt like Mumford was going to get lonely, and I liked having cats. So I decided that I would try to look for another cat. And then that's when I decided, like, after talking to these people at the shelters, I didn't really know anything about the like foster care system with animals. I knew about it with people because I was also a foster parent for a while, but I didn't know about it with animals. So I decided we would like foster until we found the right, you know, one to stay with our family. And then that's how we got Elfie, or her real name is Luna. She just looked so much like a little, like Dobby, the sock elf or whatever from Harry Potter, that we ended up using her nickname of Elfie way more often than we call her Luna. Because my husband told me she was too ugly and nobody would adopt her, that we had to keep her. So, and I know the people actually who got her brother and sister too. But then she was a little baby, and then it ended up that Mumford didn't like her at all. So, and I thought that it was so cute, like when babies had other animals to play with. So we ended up adopting Malcolm because I wanted Elfie to have a playmate. They really don't play either. I no longer think that cats have to have. I think cats are absolutely would be fine just loving their humans and never having other cat playmates, unless, like, you know, you got little litter mates or something that they really are bonded already. Favorite word, I don't know. I think love. Like, love is a pretty word to hear. And most hated word, I don't like the P word that people use to mean like a woman's downstairs or like a weak man. Yeah, I hate that word. Sounds I love and hate. I like music. Sounds I hate. I like squealy things, like the, you know, nail chalkboard kind of like screechy. The sound of the tires make right before you get into a car crash. I hate that sound. The car crash sound itself. Favorite cuss word. I'm gonna say it, so you know, tune out if you don't like to hear cuss words. And honestly, this is not one that I say, but I love to hear a good, like, goddamn son of a bitch. Like, I like to hear it like go like full out. I like somebody to string it like and like keep going with it. That cracks me up. Honestly, I don't think I cuss super often, although it's maybe only been about a year ago that my husband did tell me that I was starting to cuss a lot, that like maybe I should like check into that. And that cuss word would be the F one, especially when I've been drinking. I do find that, I think just because your brain doesn't work as well, it's a little bit numbed. So it's just easy to pick out that word and use it as a descriptor instead of whatever real word you're looking for. What profession would you like and not like? I need to get back probably to volunteering at an animal shelter, because when I was doing that at my other town, I had this sense of fulfillment that I don't get even when I'm, you know, like doing somebody's eyebrows or hair or whatever. I really liked that. So I'm gonna say that. and profession you would not like, anything, anything where I needed to show up like at 8 in the morning and sit and do a task and then not leave. I need variety. I need like to be up and active doing something, not sitting. And the last one was what words do you want to hear when you get to heaven? And yeah, I think I just wanted to say, like, glad to have you back. You know, like, get in here. Let's talk. Let's review. What'd you learn? How would you do it different next time? Because I definitely, when I have my, what I'd prefer to have happen, I think it's like we're in agreement with God when we choose to come down, and I think that we get a say. Our soul gets a say in who we pick as parents and what we want to accomplish, and then I think that, yeah, sometimes we just really screw it up when we're down here. Okay, so thanks for getting ready with me. I really think I'm not sure if I liked how much eyeliner this ended up looking like, but you want to see? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna close this closet door because it's open and my house is a mess, people, right now. You know, it's not been very long since we came back from our other trip, and then we leave tomorrow, and I've got everything that's needs to go with us out, and yeah, it's crazy. This is that Sunday eyeshadow palette that I lifted up and showed you, and the one color on my lid is a little dual chromish, so that's kind of cute and fun. And yeah, I didn't want like a big strong look. I'm not really doing anything, but I did feel like I needed to get a little ready. All right. Okay, well, anyway, thank you for joining me, and thanks for watching till the end if you did, and tell me things, have a conversation with me in my little thingy. Although, yeah, so we leave tomorrow afternoon, and then we're going to be gone like for a week, and where we're going, I'm not really sure how the Wi-Fi is going to be. So I don't know if I'll be able to get on and see things or not. Okay, that's all. Bye, guys.